Hello everyone, welcome to Momma Jo's Kitchen. Hey, do I have a good one for you today? But I'm in a hurry to get out of here, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started. And I've taken a large baking dish here. It's almost a 9 by 13, it might be a little bit bigger. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I have 7 chicken breasts that I've already trimmed the fat and everything off of, and I sprayed my my pan, and I took a fork and I put holes all the way through. I don't know if you all can see those holes or not, into my chicken. This is going to be super easy, but what we're going to do is we're going to make a marinade. We're going to put it on the chicken, and I'm going to cover it. I'm going to set it in the refrigerator because we're actually going to go grocery shopping today. And when we get home, I'm going to take it out of the refrigerator and I'm going to get my oven heating and we're going to get it in the oven. But we have some other stuff that we need to put on our chicken. But right now we need to make the marinade, which is going to be also the sauce that it's going to cook in. And today's recipe is called Russian chicken, but it might be a little bit varied, a little different from what maybe you're used to. So let me get my little whisk over here and get my little spatula here. And we're going to take Russian dressing. Now normally I would have used a smaller bottle, but this was all I could find. So that's a lot of chicken, and I could do half of this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing. So in the bowl is going the dressing. It smells really good if you like Russian dressing. Now, my husband was not a fan of Russian dressing until we made taco salad. When I made a taco salad, he fell in love with the Russian dressing. Okay, now I'm using orange marmalade, and this happens to be sugar-free. And that whole thing is going in here. Now, you could use a different kind of preserves if you would prefer. I think orange marmalade will go really well in this. There we go. Try to get it all out of there. It's kind of thick. I think I got it. Okay. Okay, we got another ingredient to add to this. Get yourself some onion soup and dip mix. Now, my husband, it's more of a texture thing. He doesn't like the big, raw chunks of onions. He's gotten better over the years. A lot of times we'll use green onions. He doesn't mind them. But the last time I made a big pot of beef vegetable soup, he didn't complain at all. And I had chunks of onion in that. But this is dried, so it's a little different when it comes to texture. So this whole pack is going in here. I might not even need to dirty up my whisk. Okay, then we're going to stir all this together. And that's all there is to it. Now, let me move this over here so you all can maybe see a little better. There's the chicken. And remember, I punched holes all over that chicken. Yeah, I don't think that was too much dressing at all. Boy, I wish y'all could smell this. Now I'm just like smoothing it out because I want to make sure every piece of that chicken has some marinade coated. And even I'm going to like go in between the chicken with my spatula here. Make sure it gets down in there, in between each piece. There we go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover this with a big piece of tin foil. I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator. This is one of these things that the longer you marinate it, the better. So you could do this the night before if you wanted to, but we're probably going to be gone most of the day shopping. And when we get home, like I said, I'm going to get the oven prepared. It will bake, and I'll go over those instructions with you because I'm going to bring you back. You know, you won't have to wait, but it'll be just a few seconds for you all, but we'll actually be gone, you know, for a number of hours. We'll come back, and then we're going to top it with some of these crispy onions, but that won't go on until after it's baked for about an hour. So I'll explain all that to you when we get back, and we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, folks, we just got in not too long ago, and I took this directly out of my refrigerator. It is really cold. I don't recommend putting something directly cold into a hot oven because you run the risk of shattering it if it's glass or ceramic. I've heard of people, you know, doing that with crock pot liners and things. So what I'm going to do is, it is cold. I'm going to stick it in my oven while the oven is cold. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, bake for 350. So that way it'll kind of, the temperature, you're not shocking it. You're not going from direct cold into direct hot, and hopefully it won't hurt my, my baking dish. So it's going to go in 350. I'm going to start the timer as soon as I hear it beep because it needs to go in for an hour. And then when the hour's up, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. It's not, we don't really have that much left to do, but I'll show you what it looks like and everything. So as soon as it preheats, I'll set my timer for an hour. It won't be an hour for you. It'll be just a few seconds for you guys, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, it's been an hour. The oven just beeped. Okay, so what we're going to do is very carefully, we're going to remove the tin foil. It smells really good as this thing's been baking. Okay, we're going to take our chicken pieces here and we're going to just turn them over. I think that one's stuck. Okay, remember I ended up using like a whole bottle of that Russian dressing? Well, there is a lot of liquid on here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take off some of this liquid. Because actually, you know, I was looking for the smaller bottle of dressing, and they didn't have it. So I ended up getting a bigger one. And that's another thing I wanted to make sure I told you all. The Russian dressing, don't get the creamy. You know, the one that has the mayonnaise in it. You want the one that has, you know, it's just the red. The creamy is more like a white, more like a Thousand Island type of dressing. Whoops. Be careful, it's hot. There's a lot of liquid in here. So I'm going to pour some of that off. Not all of it. I want some of it in there. But I feel like that's just too much. I'm going to pour some of that off. Then I'm going to put the chicken back in there. And I think I'm coming down. I told my husband I've got a cough drop in. And some of you may know I've been sick. And I finally started to get my voice back. And I don't know, because we went out, you know, grocery shopping or what, I'm starting to cough again. I certainly hope I'm not getting sick. All right, we'll be right back. All right, folks, I did pour off a good bit of that, that extra, you know, liquid that was in there. I just felt that it was too much. There's still plenty here in the bottom, if you all can see that. And if you want to, you could take a little spoon and take some of that sauce and just kind of put it over your chicken a little bit. Now remember, I had already poked holes all throughout this chicken, and it's tender. It's about ready to fall apart tender. Now this is optional, but I thought I would put these little crispy onion pieces on top. My husband doesn't mind the crispy. He just doesn't like the, you know, onion that's raw and hard and crunchy. Now my oven is still on 350. So put as little or as much as you want of the crispy onion tops. I just figured that would give it a little extra crunch on top there. Okay, try to wipe my hands here on this rag. Okay, now this goes back in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay, let me set the timer. Okay, 30 minutes. When it comes out, I'll take a picture of it, and Michael will give you guys a taste test, so we'll be back here soon.
How you doing, YouTube? Here to taste test Momma Jo's Russian chicken. Let's see, I am going to eat it. Alright, here we go. Sweet. Hint of zestiness. I like the dried onions. It's a good combo. It's got just enough spice. The chicken is juicy, very tender. The sauce makes it. It's tangy, but not like a sour tangy, more like a barbecue sauce tangy, if that makes sense. Very good. 2 thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all Momma Jo's videos. Come back and get you some.